12.
One to a million. There's so many different reasons why I like you. Let's keep this going. We can change it up if we want to. Keep me guessing, keep me guessing. Keep me guessing, keep me guessing. It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's not hard to say how I feel. It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, hi everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me while I managed that. I don't know what happened. I had not scheduled it. I'd done some other premieres for when I'm gone, and I think I just did a glitch in my head. I thought I'd done it. So it went kind of instant, and I did a quick little thing to tell you I was coming, and then I got it set. So we are here. Success. We made it. Thank you. Woohoo. Good. Hi, Julia. I'm so glad because I have pictures of all the things that you guys have done that you sent me. Julia's here, and Linda, yes, success. And there's Larry. How you doing, Larry, sir? And Gail. Yes, good. Yes, and Angie's here too. Hey, yay. Excellent. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Oh, it's good to have you guys here. It has been a busy day. I've had classes. Tamara, hello. Oh, Tamara, you changed your picture on your icon. I love it. To the geisha. Maria was on the first video. I hope she didn't get lost. Oh my gosh, she usually finds her way. Let me hang on just a second. Let's see. Lupe. Oh my gosh, what? There we go. Email. Okay. Okay, I need to. Hang on. Live. I'm on. Had to start new. New stream. Okay. There we go. Hope she makes it. There she is. Lupe, I just sent you an email, Lupe, real fast. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad you made it over. Yay. There. Whew. I should look and see what I'm doing. I'm sitting there trying to type and find you. Yay. Great, everybody. Oh, you guys are so awesome. So awesome. Yes, Maria's here. Can you check your audio? Yes. Let me see what's up. And let me see, Hannah. Power on. Okay. Oh, come on. There it is. So the input coming is there. The MV7 should be up all the way. That's good. Oops, come on. There we go. There we go. And then that's for me to hear. Yes. And make sure that is. Ooh. All right. Yep. That's two. Okay. And sound levels here. There. I'll scoot that up a little bit. How's that, Gail? Is that better? I hope so. There's Helen. Yay, Helen. Good to have you here. All right. So tonight I have for you, we have, where did that go? Let me get this program. There we go. So for tonight, I have some images to share of artwork that was sent in. I've got 3 people, I think. I was going kind of past there. And then the story I have tonight is the next to the last Tomie dePaola that I'm going to do. This one is not a Stregonona or anything. This is one of his retelling of a legends and the artwork. And then the book I'll do tomorrow night is his last book, and it's called Quiet. And the treat with that one is that in another book I found his entire method of putting that last book together, all the notes that he did, all his pre-writing, all his sketches. I mean, it shows his sketches, his whole process. So we'll do that tomorrow night and take you through all that with his last book. But tonight it's also completely different with a different kind of book that he had. He did a few books where he did retellings of cultural tales, and this is one of them that I think you will like. But before that, we're going to start with some illustration or some work of you guys's. Yay. And there. Good, thanks. All right. Yay. I was on a different Zoom call today, and I think I switched things back and forth, and I just pulled this up and making sure that that's, yeah, gosh, got it. So, love this little, you like my Halloween frame? That was fun to do. Yeah. It's one on top of it. It actually had a whole video kind of thing to it. But I just spent way too much time playing with that stuff today. It was too much fun. Yay. All right, so let's go to, we have Julia, Linda, and Lupe that I got art from up until about an hour ago when I checked. And the last one. So if anybody else has anything, I'll show it tomorrow night. But let's start with Julia. And Julia had this must be the 3D piece that you're working on over here, the piece on the left-hand side. Oh, I had to give myself an L. That's sad. The left-hand side, where's my water? In here? Yes, water. Is that the 3D piece you said still needed to be resined? And then her first crochet pieces, her crochet pumpkins that she did the crochet with Jeremy. I thought that was very cool. Yeah. Love those. I think they're really darling. She said something about in her email to me about them being lopsided. And, the first ones, I mean, seriously, when was the last time you saw a pumpkin that wasn't lopsided? Okay. So let's not get too perfectionist with pumpkins. Okay. Pumpkins are not meant to be for perfection. I think they're darling. I love them. I love the little, the little fronds on top to show the vines and everything. I just think you did a great job. And then here are some of her vases. She is using alcohol ink and resin on thrift store vases. I love this. So here's my question. Are you doing the alcohol ink on the inside or on the outside? Because I've done vases like this for pouring and done it on the outside. And I remember doing it in 2nd grade. Yeah, Mrs. Federley, we did a Mother's Day project like this, that we had little vases like that kind of thing that we upside down and we poured paint over them and then we dripped paint on them. Oh gosh, it was so cool. But so is it inside, outside? Okay, yes, really, really nice. Very cute. I love the colors too. That the rich, warm fall colors with them are perfect. That purple one in the middle is kind of singing. I like. And then her blues. Yeah, those are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I didn't mean to cut that one off a little bit. Oh, here. Move it over here. There we go. Move it over so you can see that. Very cool. Yeah. I love them. That oh, it's just the colors. It's like a blue and black together. They just oh, so yeah, aren't they beautiful? I love it. Julia, they're really good. No wonder you're selling them so fast. That's awesome. Okay, this is Linda's, and Linda's, she did these pumpkins. You'll have to tell us something about them because your email didn't have any description, just had pictures. And a couple of the pictures came in upside down. I had to kind of flip them around. They were, not these didn't. The other ones I think came in upside down. So if the next ones I goofed up and turned them upside down and they're really right side, they were right side up, I'll be surprised. Yeah, you can get me later. But what did you use to do these? Galvanized pumpkins? Oh my goodness. That's really cool. Did you paint them? Then where did you get the pumpkins? They were out of stock when I tried to order. Oh. So they came like that and then did you paint them? And what did you use to paint them with? I'm really curious. Mind wants to know. I cheated. Hobby Lobby. Okay. All right. So she went to Hobby. Those are cool. It's alcohol ink. All right. Something that I have not really, I have a little bit of alcohol ink, but it's one of those odors that gives me a headache. So I tend to not do it. And usually the time when I'm doing fun stuff like that, I'm doing them with grandkids, so I'm not going to have that around. So I love it. Okay. And then this. Now, this is the one. Did I turn it right side up? Or is it, I mean, because I couldn't tell if it was hanging or if it was sitting on something. And did I goof? Because I turned it, it was the other way around, but I couldn't imagine that it was standing on that thing, or unless it's I'm totally use brand name now, less odor work. Oh, great. They're upside, this is upside down. Okay. Fiddle-dee-dee. Hang on. I'll fix this. See, I was just, okay. Close that. And we'll go to live art. And then we'll find Linda. And then that's this one, I think. Hold it. There we go. Oh. Hang on. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll get this right. We'll get the pictures right, because I did it upside down. See, I couldn't, I was too confused. So it's, oh, okay. Now, all right. Ugh. Trying to get the other one. Nope. There it is, and it's this one, I think. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So you have to explain this. A cow skull. All right. So that's a napkin on this. I painted it first and then layered the, okay. Who knew? Turn it back over. What? It's a hanging cow skull. Okay. I think I got it in the right way now. She says it's a hanging cow skull. Okay. Sometimes a little, you have to give a girl a break and send a little tiny description in your email. That is, because I get sometimes things get flipped around so funny in my email. So, all right, how did you do this one? Who knew? These are gorgeous. I'm going to say someone besides me has been watching Janice. She's finally has her channel going. Wow. I painted it first, then layered the embellishments, then used rub and buff pewter. Can you increase the size? Whoa. Yeah, I can show you. Oh, details. So you want to see details on them. I can do that. How's that? Angie, does that help? Look at those tiny little cogs. Oh my goodness. There. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Back here. And then go back here. There we go. Now got it. It's a skull. On the left side, me too. It's a cow skull. I lost my longhorn skull. Found out today the firm who was keeping it for me died yesterday. Oh. Wow. Very unique. It's very cool. I don't remember cow skulls looking like that in Grandpa Pretorius's yard. I grew up Bruce Matsky, my piano teacher's son, who was in my class. His grandfather was Grandpa Pretorius and had cows and introduced me to an interest. Yeah. First time I ever saw a cow slaughtered was sitting on the fence next to him and watching him do that. But we used to play with the hides that he'd leave out to dry. We'd make forts out of them. Very gross, I know. Deer skull in the basement. Hi, Janice. Oh, yay. Hi, Janice. Good to have you here. Yay. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Wow. It is. beyond my comprehension. Ugh. Oh, Janice was her inspiration for the pumpkins. Okay, which the pumpkins were these back here. Janice, I don't know if you were here when we saw those. Cool. Okay, and now next to we have a premiere. Yeah, a preview of what is going to be Lupe's show tomorrow, on her video tomorrow. This is her piece in her show tomorrow. She said, we get a preview, a sneak peek. Yay. Yeah. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? I love the colors. I love it reminds me of a Georgia O'Keeffe. You know, the orchid that she did in that, the way the flower does. I really love that. So pretty. Oh, you published it today? Cool. Yay. I have, oh gosh. So it is, I'm glad you had we had the skulls and we had this piece. I mean, Georgia O'Keeffe was famous for her skulls that she did. But this piece, I love this, almost like a combination between a flower and a vortex. It's very cool. It is beautiful. I love, you know what especially draws me is the ripple effects of the out on the cloud. It's almost like a cloud, but that flower center, I mean, with the petal, oh, it's just beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, well, it's appropriate that you had skulls. I'll be seeing lots of skulls next week in Oaxaca. All kinds of beautiful sugar skulls. I have learned a little bit about, and we'll learn more about the culture and whatnot, and the ways you paint faces and the things you do. There's a painting, a face that is seen a lot in depictions for Day of the Dead, and it's considered rude and disrespectful to paint your own face that way unless you are part of the culture or have a direct relationship there. So I thought it was fun to see about that. But I'll tell you more about that next week when I'm gone, and I've got some books about Day of the Dead and some stories around that and all kinds of things to come for you, plus some Halloween goofiness stuck in between too. But for now, we're going to go back to Tomie dePaola, and one of his legends. This one too fits with the Southwest and the area and that whole kind of thing. The book I have tonight is called The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. And he did this one, and he did another one called The Legend of the Blue Bonnet, which is about the Texas blue bonnet flower. So you can give you a hint about what this is probably going to be about, but it is a beautiful tale. And as artists, I think it has a really important message for us about that. Well, you'll see it about sticking with your art and about your talent and what it is that it does and how important it really is, no matter how hard. Es Dia de los Muertos, yes. We say that about tribal tattoos. They have certain meanings for our culture and others. Yeah, Helen, that's right. The Hawaiian tattoos, help me out, Tamara. In Australia, it's the, I miss, it's lost my head. Their tattoos, um, everything, they oftentimes have things that have a great deal of meaning, and I just think it's really fascinating to explore that. But here we go with today's story called Legend of the Indian Paintbrush by Tomie dePaola. Again, illustrations are so cool. I'm going to reduce the size of my picture there so that you get a better chance to actually see the pictures rather than me. So, many years ago, when the people traveled the plains and lived in a circle of teepees, there was a boy who was smaller than the rest of the children in the tribe. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't keep up with the other boys, who were always riding, running, shooting their bows, and wrestling to prove their strength. Sometimes his mother and father worried for him. But the boy who was called Little Gopher was not without a gift of his own. From an early age, he made toy warriors from scraps of leather and pieces of wood, and he loved to decorate smooth stones with the red juices from berries he found in the hills. The wise shaman of the tribe understood that Little Gopher had a gift that was special. Do not struggle, Little Gopher. Your path will not be the same as the others. They will grow up to be warriors. Your place among the people will be remembered for a different reason. And in a few years, when Little Gopher was older, he went out to the hills alone to think about becoming a man, for this was the custom of the tribe, and it was there that a dream vision came to him. The sky was filled with clouds, and out of them came a young Indian maiden and an old grandfather. She carried a rolled-up animal skin, and he carried a brush made of fine animal hairs and pots of paint. The grandfather spoke. My son, these are the tools for which you shall become great among your people. You will paint pictures of the deeds of the warriors and the visions of the shaman, and the people shall see them and remember them forever. And the maiden unrolled a pure white buckskin and placed it on the ground. Find a buckskin as white as this, she told him. Keep it, and one day you will paint a picture that is as pure as the colors in the evening sky. And as she finished speaking, the clouds cleared, and a sunset of great beauty filled the sky. Little Gopher looked at the white buckskin, and on it he saw colors as bright and beautiful as those made by the setting sun. Then the sun slowly sank behind the hills, and the sky grew dark, and the dream vision was over. Little Gopher returned to the circle of the people. The next day, he began to make soft brushes from the hairs of different animals and stiff brushes from the hair of horses' tails. He gathered berries and flowers and rocks of different colors and crushed them to make his paints. He collected the skins of animals, which the warriors brought home from their hunts. He stretched the skins on wooden frames and pulled them until they were tight. And he began to paint pictures of great hunts, of great deeds, of great dream visions, so that the people would always remember. But even as he painted, little Gopher sometimes longed to put aside his brushes and ride out with the warriors. But always he remembered his dream vision, and he did not go with them. Many months ago, he had found his pure white buckskin, but it remained empty because he could not find the colors of the sunset. He used the brightest flowers, the reddest berries, the deepest purples from the rocks, and still his paintings never satisfied him. They looked dull and dark. He began to go to the top of a hill each evening and look at the colors that filled the sky to try and understand how to make them. He longed to share the beauty of his dream vision with the people. But he never gave up trying, and every morning, when he awoke, he took out his brushes and his pots of paint and created the stories of the people with the tools he had. One night as he lay awake, he heard a voice calling to him, "Because you have been faithful to the people and true to your gift, you shall find the colors you are seeking. Tomorrow, take the white buckskin and go to the place where you watch the sun in the evening. There on the ground, you will find what you need." The next evening, as the sun began to go down, little Gopher put aside his brushes and went to the top of the hill as the colors of the sunset spread across the sky. And there, on the ground all around him, were brushes filled with paint, each one a color of the sunset. Little Gopher began to paint quickly and surely, using one brush, then another. And as the colors of the sky began to fade, little Gopher gazed at the white buckskin, and he was happy. He had found the colors of the sunset. He carried his painting down to the circle of the people, leaving the brushes on the hillside. And the next day, when the people awoke, the hill was ablaze with color, for the brushes had taken root in the earth and multiplied into plants of brilliant reds, oranges, and yellows. And every spring, from that time, the hills and meadows burst into bloom. And every spring, the people danced and sang the praises of little Gopher who painted for the people. And the people no longer called him Little Gopher, but he who brought sunset to the earth. And here's Tomie's note. The lovely red, orange, yellow, and even pink Indian paintbrush blooms in profusion throughout Wyoming, Texas, and the High Plains, and has many stories connected with its origin. The story of the Native American artist and his desire to paint the sunset was particularly meaningful to me as an artist. Just a sec, you guys. There. Here it is. There are many times when I wish I could go out on a hill and find brushes filled with exactly the colors I need. Who knows? Someday, maybe. The idea for doing a book on this spectacular wildflower came from my good friend Pat Henry, after she had seen my book, The Legend of the Bluebonnet, which is the story of the Texas state flower. Pat is from Wyoming, where the Indian paintbrush is the state flower. Coincidentally, Carolyn Sullivan from Austin, Texas, had recently sent me a copy of Texas Wildflowers, Stories and Legends, a collection of articles by Ruth D. Isley, which originally appeared in the Austin American Statesman. Carolyn's a teacher in the Austin area, and in 1965, this collection was made available to teachers there for use with a unit on Texas trees and wildflowers. She too had read the Bluebonnet book and knew of my deep interest in folktale and legend. The Indian paintbrush is a familiar flower to Texans, and in the book I came across, there we go. I came across a brief and interesting account of how the wildflower got its name. I contacted Miss Isley, and she graciously gave me permission to use her article as the main source for my retelling of the legend of the Indian paintbrush. So I would like to thank Pat Henry for suggesting the book, Carolyn Sullivan for sending me the collection of legends, and Ruth Isley for giving me inspiration for her collection. I would also like to thank and acknowledge Lady Bird Johnson, the former First Lady, whose untiring efforts have not only made her home state of Texas a symphony of color with its wildflowers, but have encouraged other states throughout the country in the persevering and growing of native wildflowers to beautify the countryside. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. It is a wonderful story, Linda. It really is. It's always amazing to go out and see the wildflowers in different places. I still remember taking Annalena when she was little up to Mount Rainier, and when the spring wildflowers in the meadows bloom on Mount Rainier, it is spectacular. But what's amazing is that I have pictures that my great aunt took in the mid 1930s and early 40s of Mount Rainier and the wildflowers there, and how much more prevalent they were. I mean, it is, and it's pretty amazing to see the difference. But wildflowers are so incredible to see. Let's see. In Australia, so I'd asked Tamara Instra, scarring was practiced widely but is now restricted mostly parts of Hamlin. Scarring is like a language inscribed on the body, yes. Risk of infection. It's still used in many tribes in Africa. Use that scarring as a way, and in South America also. When Art's book come on, Faiths of the World, comes out, he will have a lot of images from that type of thing, and from different places that did that. He was one of the first people to ever photograph some tribes in South America that now are quite common, people see quite commonly. But he went there in the 80s before anybody had heard of some of these places. So he has some really interesting information and things that'll go in his book. But yeah, each dip liberally tells a story of pain. Yeah, wow. Living history in art. Trying to paint a yellow rose, impossible for me. That's wrong. World will crush the expression of others. Yep, exactly. It is a wonderful story. I think one of the things that Tomie dePaola does in his legends, like the reason I read that part about how he got it is for us to see how and where and the diversity where influence and inspiration can come from. It's just, the random things that come together that brought this book, a book on Texas wildflowers and this and that and different people and something that he'd read, just to come together and to put his inspirations together. It's pretty amazing. I do know that this particular book took him These took him a bit longer, and tomorrow night when I go through his for quiet, um, the steps that he went through to do that book alone, I think you'll see and understand more his process, and hopefully it will, um, you know, encourage you in your own process of art and the development of it and how long it takes and what it does and how the changes that he does and through in one book and just it's amazing. So I'm glad you liked the story, you guys. Just got her whole tribal and reflecting our Amok family spirits. Oh my gosh, Helen, that is amazing. Ah, yeah. You should take a picture and show us exactly. Native orchids, they are incredible. Skinny white legs. Well, some pictures and send some. Yay, that would be great. Love to see it. I have, I'll pull up some of Art's books and let's see. Where is, hang on. Hang on. What? There we go. Hang on. Showcase. Trees, earth, hold it. Moments of life. Might be. No, they're not there. That's not where it is. Oh, here. I can show you on this. Let me go back to this. Okay, so this is on Art's website, and you can see this is in the section called Small Worlds, and the kids and the different people, and this little girl in the center there is from the Amazon, or young boy, and the children. This was particularly children from around the world on this one. But I know he has, is it in stock? No. Okay. Galleries? Maybe it's in the galleries. Tribes. There it is. Here we go. So you can see the different places. So in his books on faith, a lot of these pictures, some of them will come through, but this is a real famous photograph he did. So you can see, again, that since we got off on the subject of tattoos and tribal markings and whatnot, I mentioned that about on the painting for Day of the Dead that it's disrespectful to do. But this is a poster that he has that of the many different places, and I just love it. It's one of my very favorite pieces that he's ever done. So, oh, broken banana seed. Larry, oh my gosh. Yep. You're multi-talented. Oh my gosh. Too funny. All right, you guys. Hey, it is 7:17, and I do believe that I think that Nathan is having a premiere. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he usually does on Saturday night at 7:30. So I want to give you guys some time to take a break and go join on that. But I do want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's really awesome. And I look forward, I'm really excited to share the book tomorrow night, Quiet, with you, with the last of Tomie dePaola's final book that he wrote before he passed in 2020. And so I'm glad you enjoyed the book. It was fun to show your things. If anybody else has things that they want to show, send them to me. Put live art in the, you know, the subject line there. I got it. And yeah, just send me a little note if you think I might turn the picture upside down wrong. No, I really did do it right, but Gretchen, don't worry. Oh, I apologize, Linda. I'm just a wackadoo sometimes. All right, you guys, take care. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. You know that. It's all around you. And you'll find it. Just go look in the mirror and then go share. See you next time.
In the heat of the night,